Guys, James Supercoach here. Today I'm giving you guys another video. This time I am going to be talking about players to watch over the practice games. These are just players to watch to see how their roles are, see how good they do, see if they're in shape, see if they are a good pick for the season. And I think they're people that you have to watch during these practice games. And first up on this list, I've got James Sicily. Now, I think he's a very, very slept on pick this year, James Sicily, because if he plays that third tall, even if he does get a little bit of forward time, if he plays that third tall role for most of the match, he will average 100 plus. He is a jet when he comes to playing the third tall and just getting those kicks. He's just a jet. So yeah, he's definitely one to look out for in these practice matches if the role's there, if he's fit enough, if he's doing well. So yeah, James Sicily. Then we got Jaden Short. He's another one that now with Rioli gone, he's got more room to sort of be that main guy in defence. But it's just a matter of whether he just wants to do kick to kick in the back line or not. Because I know he's a very down the line player. Like he loves to just bomb it down the line. Therefore, results in a few turnovers and just not many Supercoach points. So he's got to start playing that kick to kick game sort of. And if he does that, I think he'll be a superb pick. So you just got to look out for that in the practice game and see if he's really that main guy halfback, which I think he will be. He didn't play in his practice match earlier, so you just got to watch for that in the Amy Community Series. But I think he's going to be a good pick. I think he'll do well. Then we got Callum Mills. This is another one to talk about. Just because like no one's really 100% on Callum Mills yet. There's some people saying he's going to play full midfield. There's some people saying he's going to stay in that crappy role he had last year. So it's really pretty hard to get a gauge on Mills at the moment. But if he is playing midfield, full midfield in those practice matches, not even full midfield, but like mostly midfield in those practice matches, I think we're going to have to pick Callum Mills. So he's definitely one to look out for. Yep. And then we got Josh Sin. I think this is a very, very good one to keep your eye on because he's at 229k, and if he takes that Houston role and gets used and kicks really well out of the back line, takes all the kickouts, I think he's going to be a super pick this season. So definitely got to look out for Sin, see if he's taken the kickouts, see if his role's good, and see if he can rack it up, if he's taken that next step yet. So yeah, Sin definitely one to look out for. Then we got Caleb Smith. This is just a rookie, just in case he's taken Rioli's sort of role. He obviously won't take his role to that extent that Rioli played, but I think he'll definitely get a portion of it. So if he gets a decent portion of it, I think he's definitely locked into your side. Who else don't really need to look out for Butters and Sarong. We know what they're going to bring to the table. Unless they get an injury or something, I wouldn't deviate from these guys. Oliver and Chera, obviously big watches in the practice matches. Oliver specifically just because he's so highly owned, but also just because like we haven't really seen Oliver in action yet. Actually, we've seen little snippets of training and all that, but once we see a good game from him, then it'll give us some more confidence. But I think either way, I'm picking Clayton Oliver. So he's not that big a watch, but he's definitely someone to have a look at. Then you got Adam Chera. Yeah, you just got to keep your eye on Chera. I mean, I sort of want to gatekeep this pick just because I think how good it's going to turn out. But sadly I can't. And yeah, just look if he's playing full mid in his practice matches, and if he racks it up, then you just got to get him. I think he's in the fittest form of his career right now, Adam Chera. And he's come back from Qatar. He's worked on that hamstring. He's going to be in the healthiest prime of his career. He will come out and average 110, I reckon. This is my pop pick of the season. I said this in the last video, and I'm saying it again. Smith, Sardis, Ashcroft, just watching for their roles as rookies. Nothing really crazy to talk about here. Just seeing if they got good roles. Same with Nevitt and these guys on the bench. Jerry, I don't think you have to watch for Jerry. He seems like that sort of guy that would just like take the piss in preseason and wouldn't really care that much about it. So I think just forget about Jerry. Yep, definitely watch Darcy Cameron. He's a big watch. Look, he has got the bye early on, but I think the way he finished last year, getting those good CBAs that he was getting, and those great scores, if he can replicate that in the practice match, I think he's definitely a good pick to start your season off. But I'm still umming and ahhing about him, so I'm not sure. Horn Francis is a watch just to see if he gets a lot of midfield time, but either way, I think you got to pick him. McRae, Smith, and Daniel, all big watches just to see if they've got their roles back yet. Well, not back, but just like see if they've got their get their roles back because they all had good roles at one stage. I think McRae you don't have to worry about. I think either way he's going to be playing full mid. Like he's going to be a star this season, McRae, I reckon. Smith, I'm not quite sure about. He played mostly midfield in his earlier practice match, I heard, but just watching the Amy Community Series to get a bit of a better gauge on it. Like you can't take much out of these match sims going on now. You can't take much out of them at all. Caleb Daniel, watch for him just watch if he's got the halfback role. Apparently he did really well in North's intra-club match, but still, I don't think that really says much. You got to watch him in the Amy Community Series to really get a good gauge on him. But even then, it's not quite sure. So just I think pick Daniel nonetheless. Too much upside there. Lynch, Hewitt, Stone, Whitlock, all rookies to watch, and Travali is a big one to watch as my flex. So let's go to players not in my team and see who's a watch this preseason. Maybe Gorn. Maybe Gorn just because what was I gonna say? Yeah, just because he's getting a bit old, and if he looks a bit old, if he looks a bit slow, and if it looks like they're going to give like someone like Campbell a bit of rug time or something like that, I could stay away from Gorn. But yeah, he's one to watch just in case you're picking him and he goes shit or something. Neil, I don't think he's a watch. I think, I don't want to say it, but I think Neil's amazing Supercoach scoring days have sort of come to an end, and I feel like last year was sort of the his last year in that sort of cycle. Like he's getting a bit old now. He's just won the premiership. He won't be working as hard. I'd be happy for him to prove me wrong, but I just think you shouldn't look out for him. I think he's sort of getting to that tail end bit of his career. Flanders, we know what his role's going to be. We know how good he's going to be, so he's not really a watch. We know what you're going to get from all of these. I shouldn't be talking about any of these guys because all of these guys up here, like 580 to the top price, all basically have their confirmed roles. They're superstars. So we'll just go from like uh, Matt Crouch onwards, I guess. You could forget about Matt Crouch, forget about Nick Martin. Oh, actually, watch his role. I don't think anyone's really picking him actually, so forget about it. But like, if you are picking him, just watch in case he's on a wing or something. And we got Elliot Yo. I don't think anyone's picking him, so you can just forget about him. But check if he does well and if he's got a decent role, and if so, maybe get him as a pod. But I wouldn't touch him just because of his injury history and getting a bit old. Jordan Clark, definitely a big watch. It's just a matter of whether he takes that next step and really explodes as a half backer. That's what you got to watch out for with Jordan Clark. But it's also you just got to watch. Like if he has a low sort of 20 possession game and it looks like he was really trying, but that's just sort of what he got. Like I don't know. I just feel like for Clark, I was big on him early in the preseason, but I just think now you can expect what he did last year, this year. That sort of 105 average. I feel like that's the sort of player Clark is. Like he's just gonna provide some run and dash off halfback. He's never gonna really be that super pig halfbacker who just takes a bunch of kicks and all that. I don't think he's never gonna be that guy. So sort of forget about him. But if he looks like he has taken that next step and he's gonna play like a seagull role and get plenty of the ball, get him. Get him for sure because he has great potential and he's a wonderful kick. Libba, wouldn't touch him, too old. Alright, well, we know what we're going to get with most of these primos. So let's head to, like, the mid-price range. What do we got here? If it can load. Yeah, we'll go, like... We'll discuss a few here. So we'll start off with, Kane Farrell. I think he's going to be playing on a wing, but if he's playing halfback, Oh, this is actually a very important one because if he's playing halfback, scrap your Sin plans, scrap your Atkins, but scrap whoever you want to get off Port's halfback. If this guy is playing halfback, forget about it because he is going to really explode off halfback, I reckon. And he could even be a pick, but I'm not willing to take that risk yet just because of his they could play him on the wing or whatever. But if they're playing him full halfback and they don't touch him on the wing, you could consider it. But I just think they're going to play him on the wing, so that's to watch for him in preseason. What else we got? Baker's a big watch, I reckon. He's very slept on this preseason. Going to West Coast, going to have a new reinvigorated role. I reckon they're going to try and give him as much of the ball as possible. We know what sort of player he is. He's a very courageous, strong player who can score when needed. So Baker's definitely one to watch at West Coast. Callahan, maybe. I could see him breaking. Actually, Callahan's an interesting one. If he gets enough midfield time, I think you could definitely look at him. But he's just sort of been like a very heavy handball sort of player the past few years, and therefore hasn't really translated to Supercoach scores that much. Ashcroft, I think he's got his role. He's like basically the only one in this range who I reckon is just solidified in his midfield role. I don't think they're going to move Ashcroft from his midfield role whatsoever. I think he's a fantastic pick. Like, I seriously don't know why I'm not picking him. Because, like, I think he's just the pick to go this year. But I think it's just his buy early on that's putting a lot of people off. And you could just grab him after because I don't think his price changes before then. So, yeah, I think that's what people are going to look at. But if he does really well in the opening round, you might end up starting with him in the first place. What else we got? Roberts wants to. Honestly, I think this is a bit of an overrated pick. Like, it's a decent pick, but like Matt Roberts, do you really think this guy is gonna go get more expensive from the price he's already at? Like, this dude was a rookie last year, and he's 434k. Yes, he had some really good scores, but at the same time, he was like, I just don't think you're getting much out of this price. Like, you're getting a 90 average at the max, I reckon. And you're going to earn, like, what, 50k? So I don't think you're getting much out of that pick, and he's got the buy. I'd forget about him. Harley Reid's a look at if he explodes this preseason and his pracky matches. Tom Powell, maybe heard he's been playing lots of midfield at North Melbourne. Maybe with Wardlaw out, he's a bit of a look, but I wouldn't touch him now. There's better options on the table than him. Simpkin did well in the Indigenous All Stars, but I don't think he's going to have that sort of great role at North Melbourne. Although he did do pretty good towards the back end of last year. I just want to check his stats towards the back end of last year because he was looking pretty good. Let's see. I think it was from around maybe this 129. He went 114, 68, 65. Nah, yeah, actually pretty average. Look, Simpkin's a great player, but I just never think. I don't think he's ever going to be that sort of Supercoach scorer. So scrap Simpkin. Canelio, no. Darcy, no. Cameron, but call me crazy, but maybe they're just going to give him that little bit of midfield time. He's going to get a taste of it. He's going to do pretty well, and he'll take that next step in his career. I definitely think he'll take that next step in his career. Like, I think he'll be a surprise All-Australian next year, Cam Rayner. I feel like he's primed to break out next year. Like, he's overdue at this point. So I think Rayner could definitely do that. But as a Supercoach pick, if you're really game, if you're really willing to take the risk, maybe, but just maybe. Um, Nothing else in this sort of category. Bolton, I wouldn't touch. I think he's going to be playing as small forward. But look, if he's playing midfield, then maybe do what you want. Kennedy's a big watch, I reckon, just to see if he gets some midfield time. And if he does, he's a pick. Shield, nah. I know he's playing halfback, but nah. I'm off him. Uh, Mitchell, he's pretty cheap, but nah, still wouldn't look at him. Collingwood don't value him that much. Like, they could just sub him out on any given day. Where's Ryan Burton? There he is. Maybe Ryan Burton, because Houston leaving. Still not sure, though. Alright, let's go to some rookies now. I feel like we're done with the mid-pricer sort of category, and like, let's go for some rookies. See how it is now. Oh, fuck it. Let's just do lowest price. What's going on here? Scroll up, come on. Always gets glitchy when I record bloody Supercoach. Alright, here we go. We'll just go from here. Don't know any of these guys that much. Whitlock is a big watch, I reckon. I'm not gonna go off and explain in depth about a lot of these rookies because I don't know much, but I'll just say which one I think could do okay. Moraes was pretty highly owned at one point, so maybe him to look at. Whitlock could look at her. Good things about both the Whitlocks. Armstrong's definitely. All these Richmond rookies are worth a look. Just because of how bad Richmond are going to be this year, I think. And I think they're going to need all the depth they've got. Dodson, I heard good things about, but I feel like they're going to give the minutes to Boyd or something. So, don't know him. Riley Bice, I've heard some good things about. Can watch him. Davidson, definitely a watch. Heard great things about him. Luke Kennedy, apparently, really got a really good tank. Is a look. Charlie Edwards, maybe. Heard decent stuff about him. Brandon, no, not Brandon Ryan. I'm going crazy. Billy Wilson. Now, this is one I've been big on this preseason, but then, I don't know. Because, like, with Newman going down, I feel like we're going to need a bit more backline, halfback sort of depth. Wilson can provide that, but is he ready for AFL yet? I'm not sure. I feel like we're definitely 100% will give him a game at some point this season, but I don't know if we're going to start him off. Carlton. I know I'm saying weird, but that's only because I'm a Carlton fan. Like, I don't know why I do that. It's just a habit. Reed, definitely a look, but honestly, I'm off him after what he did last year, and he's just the most injury-prone player. If he's gone to Qatar, maybe, but I don't think he's gone to Qatar, so forget Zach Reed for me. Erasmus, a look at for sure. Hugh Davies, I swear he was like 300k last year. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I swear Hugh Davies was like 300k last year, or maybe he wasn't even in the league last year. I don't know what I'm talking about. McDonald, Murphy. I might just end the video here because I feel like I'm yapping a bit now. Just about like shit picks that don't matter. But yeah, those are the overall main watches to watch in these practice matches. And look, the main thing to take, everyone's a watch basically. Everyone is a watch in the practice match. Just look for the right roles. Look for the players. Look for if the players you like and are willing to pick do okay, and if they do, go for them. But even with the Amy Community Series, don't read too much into it. I just think pick who you like this preseason. If someone's got a bad role in the practice match, it probably means they're gonna have a bad role in the real thing. But if they have a good role in the practice match, it depends like what sort of player they are. But it could mean two things. It could mean they're just trying him out to give him some more experience, or they're gonna have a good role in the season. Most of the time, it's just they're trying him out to get more experience. Like, there's lots of bait through these practice matches, so be careful about that. But yeah, those are the main guys to just keep your eye on and see if they do well. And if they do well, just say, "Yep, all right, we'll get them." Those are the only guys you could say that to, I reckon. Maybe some more, but those are the guys I think. Apart from that, that's pretty much all I have to say. Team's looking okay. I don't think I made any changes from yesterday. I was brainstorming a bit this morning, but yeah, I was just looking at maybe English over Cameron and then going Sarong down to a Wool Day because apparently he is looking really, really good. And then I was looking at maybe a Sicily to someone high in defence, and Travalia to maybe a Marich or what's his name, Flynn. But apart from that, I just decided nah, I'm gonna keep it the same for now. Wait for practice matches or something to get a bit of a better look at for some of these guys. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.